Yesterday, you saw the images of supporters of different factions of the ANC in Mpumalanga coming close, it seemed, to more conflict with each other. The Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, Jessie, Duarte, the NEC member Nomvula Mokonyane were trying to hold meetings there. There's been big tensions within the ANC in Mpumalanga over the last few weeks. Over the weekend, at least one branch meeting appeared to descend over violence. It's been reported there are 5 different groups vying for power in Mpumalanga ANC, which is due to hold a leadership conference in the next few weeks. The acting Provincial Secretary for the ANC in Mpumalanga is Linda Ntshalintshali. She joins us now. Ma'am, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much indeed for your time. You've had the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC there. You've had an NEC member there. Has there been any progress in resolving these tensions in your province?
Thank you very much. Let me start by greeting your good selves and also our viewers at home. Yes, I must confirm that yesterday we had a visit as per the directive of the NWC that has met, and also matters that were taken from the officials to the NWC, and also as a province we're part of the items because we were affected. We have started with our BBGM and branch general meeting since we have moved the regulation in terms of to level 5 to level 1 now, where political meetings are permissible. But what has been shocking, and as a piece of Mpumalanga, we immediately met on the 11th of April when this happened, and we've resolved. And the NWC descended into Mpumalanga province. And all of us, our language, it's one. There can't be anybody who would want to lead with violence and anarchy. And where we are, I must say, we have progressed very fastly. Immediately as the PWC, we convened, we took some decision. When NWC was in session, also they were liaising with the province, and the decision to say they are coming to the province, it was welcomed by the entire PEC. And we invited the affected region, which is Ehlanzeni. And there was a strong message from PEC, from nationally, that it condemns and it cannot continue that Ehlanzeni can be this violent. Because remember, there were several attacks initially. Even now, there were attacks. And we cannot say as the ANC were happy. Hence, our decision is that we communicated to our branches. I've released letters to the branch secretaries, the regional secretaries, and the RTT coordinator, as per the decision of the NWC, that all those BBGMs and BGMs in the province that are sitting, they should be temporarily suspended for 7 days, because there's a team that is coming from nationally that will be with the deployees and NWC members led by the DSG who would come to the province, because it will not be nice to treat the symptoms and we're not treating the real problem. Because the very same groups that we have seen on the WhatsApp group, on Facebook, every social platform, moving from one branch to another, terrorizing branches, it's an ANC. And hence the PEC took a decision, and I'm busy preparing the letters, all those that are named in the report. As per the PEC decision, we will summarily suspend their membership, and also they will be subjected to the DC of the ANC in terms of our constitution, because a lot of lives have been lost. 5, it's too much. And over the weekend, that was 32, over 14 people that were hospitalized, and 1 is still in high care. And we're saying, who is this animal that would want to lead by hook or crook, even when people die? Because our guidelines that we adopted as the ANC, they are clear. You cannot go and disrupt another branch. Everybody must go to their meetings. No one should be a visitor or a spectator. So there was a leadership that was... Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Thank you. You made a point where you said you don't just want to treat the symptom, you want to treat the problem. What's the problem? Is this just a fight for power in Mpumalanga and maybe state resources? Is that the root of this?
I might not know. That is why I was saying maybe when the NWC, the task team that is coming to assist us, maybe if somebody coming from outside can diagnose our problem, it can be better. Because we don't want to say it's factions. Because when we contest for conference, contestation is allowed. There will be lobby group And you are allowed to say, my candidate, it's Lindy, or my candidate, it's Stephen. But once you start to beat people, even if when the leadership is elected, you beat people so that you want your preferred candidate to prevail, that is very wrong. Hence, we're saying those that are affected, they are going to face the music. And we're not saying the ANC has no processes towards conference. It has. But we're saying all those that remain infections after conference, that is the problem. Okay. Hence, we're saying, let's deal with it.
Yeah, you're the Provincial Secretary, so, I mean, as I understand the ANC Constitution, you will actually play a key role in deciding who goes to conference, which branches go to conference. Yesterday on our channel here, someone actually, on one of our cameras, said that you had been creating bogus branches. Is that true?
Let me clarify that. I saw that this morning and I was a bit surprised. Let me take you back, and I want these comrades, and I've been preaching it, to be honest. In Mpumalanga, we had 2 regions in 1 region. And as an acting provincial secretary implementing the decision of the National Executive Committee and our constitution, that our regions, our branches will be aligned to our municipal demarcation. It means 1 municipality, 1 ward. And then a sub-region. A ward is based on a municipal space. Your district, 1 region. So in Tanzania, you had 2 regions in 1 district. When there was realignment correcting that, I was assaulted by the very same group that goes around. And that case, those people have not yet been arrested, and the DC of the ANC has dealt with that matter, which they were recused. I don't want to talk to those details, but after that violence continued, they had bogus branches in Nkomazi, which I was correcting. 1 ward, 1 branch. But in Tanzania, you had 1 ABC. So they were creating extra branches. The reason that there's allegations that I'm creating bogus secretaries, the ANC has changed its membership system. It's no longer about forms. You are no longer going to bank or fake bank stamps that has 31 February. So we're cleaning the ghost branches from Nkomazi, the ghost membership, those that their ID numbers are invalid. And I was firm on that, and I will now retreat. The ANC must cleanse itself. It cannot be correct that families will come and say, this person you said participated in your meeting in Nkomazi, it died so many years ago, and they give us a death certificate. So the new system, if you are deceased, it takes you out. If you are not a valid South African citizen, it takes you out. Because in Nkomazi, we are troubled by those that are in the borderline, that does not have the South African citizen, and they were part of the membership. So removing them, you are taking away their people. And branch secretaries, I don't have a power to remove them. Branches elect their secretaries, but there was a list that was given to me and National to say, we must effect changes in terms of the secretaries. I said no, because every branch will elect its secretary in their branch meeting, and that name, the branch itself will put up an event to say we're going to meet in Paula, Ward 5, 2 o'clock on the system, and the system will generate all members that are in good standing to participate. So I don't have any bogus secretaries. I can't have a role in the new system. But eHlanzeni, it's complaining because when National came to workshop and induct them on the new system, they walked away last year insulting, and they had their own RGC. So they missed the opportunity to be taken through the system. So hence my name will be there. I am the secretary, and I will implement the decision of the structure as is. They are not mine. They are the ANC. Thank you.
Okay, no, I appreciate a very full explanation. Thank you, ma'am. There's a lot going on. So you had the Deputy Secretary General, Jessie Duarte, there yesterday. Within the ANC, the Secretary General, Ace Magashule, he's facing pressure to step aside. Do you want him to come to Mpumalanga? Do you believe that he should actually step aside from his position in the ANC because he faces criminal charges?
I think it will be proper that that matter is handled in a manner that is correct. There's a decision of the conference, there's NEC decision, but as we implement as secretaries, we said we cannot be emotional about this. If I'm being charged, it's allegations. You are innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. Not our own comrades in the NEC meeting, not in the PEC, not in our structures. Because how many more people they will level allegations against them, and at the end they are acquitted? Because the tendencies that we have seen, people will just throw in names, you are corrupt, substantiate that, it's not there. So hence we're saying we want to implement it in a manner that we're not in contravention or stepping on the toes of our own constitution, because our constitution of the republic supersedes everything, and the constitution of the ANC, our guidelines and the stepping aside, those matters are matters that legally we're still finding our foot, and the head of the legal and subcommittee, Comrade Zweli Mkhize, they are working on that, because we don't want to say people must step aside only to find that it was just a witch hunt, and as the ANC we will take a blame. Hence we want to be thorough as we implement.
It would seem, from listening to you, you believe he should stay on.
I don't say he must stay on or move out. Has the court concluded? Has he been found guilty?
So for you, you need to wait for a court verdict, not for him to be charged. And I say this because the resolution of NASRIC, of the conference, was that if someone is charged, they should step aside. You rather say that someone is innocent until proven guilty.
I will not contradict them. It's our resolution, but go and read our own constitution. It says, until you have gone the process fully to be guilty. Because you see the problem that we're doing, we're interpreting the step aside only. There are other processes that comes before that. It says, go to the integrity committee, explain yourself. If they find it's necessary that you step aside, they will advise you so. Sometimes you can go to your elders, or you can go to your senior leaders or officials in your organization and explain your case. Because some of these matters, some are man-made, some are true, some are not true, some are political. But where I'm seated, I cannot determine that. Hence, we're saying, let's follow the processes and not use courts to fight internal processes of the ANC. Because where I'm seated, just one example, there was Comrade Marius Fransman. Allegations, he stepped aside. At the end, nothing against him. Where is he now? In a periphery. Just recently, Comrade Bongo appeared in the Western Cape. No case. What do? Hence, we're saying we should be careful. People must not use courts to fight the ANC battles. That's where we are, because at the end of the day, it is us as secretaries who will be sitting in the courts, who will be sitting everywhere, accounting on the decision of the structure. Like today, you've seen Comrade Gwede Mantashe in his capacity as the national chair, sitting at the state capture, accounting as the former SG of the ANC. Hence, we're a bit careful, because we are governed by the laws of this country and our constitution and all our policies. As we take decision, we must make sure that our policies, we implement them, but we must never trample on our own policies and the laws of the country.
Linda Ntshalintshali, thank you very much indeed, ma'am, for your time. I really do appreciate it. The Acting Provincial Secretary for the African National Congress in the province of Mpumalanga.